I can't think.
Tonight, brothers and sisters, notwithstanding unforeseen events, the subject matter that I have chosen, that I would like for us to reflect on, think on, is attitude, and how a proper mental attitude is the proper frame out of which a true belief system can emerge. As we have said over the last 3 weeks or so, when attitudes harden, they harden into belief. And belief is the base of law. And law is the foundation of society or civilization. So once we have a society that has an improper attitude, that hardens into beliefs that are improper, then the law and everything that you place upon that system of belief is endangered. If you can shake the belief, you shake down the whole construction that is built upon false beliefs, false assumptions, and a false attitude. Now, according to the dictionary, attitude is the manner, the disposition, the feeling, the position with regard to a thing or a person. Attitude. I'm sure you've heard the expression, he's got an attitude. She's got an attitude. The attitude is not necessarily, or does not necessarily have to be spoken. The attitude just is demonstrative of a manner, a way, a disposition, a feeling, a position with regard to a thing or a person. I'll come back to that in a minute. Attitude is a tendency or orientation of the mind, and it is a position or posture of the body appropriate to or expressive of an action or an emotion. It is the tendency of an individual to act in response to specific social situations resulting from his or her innate biological and psychological characteristics, or from the environmental factors which condition his or her existence. Attitude. It's a very powerful word. Now, every one of us has an attitude. Would you say that? Yes, sir. Sure. You have a manner a disposition, a feeling, or position with regard to a thing or a person. For instance, before you knew anything of Islam, you were not necessarily dispassionate or neutral. You had a manner, a disposition, a feeling, a position with regard to Islam. Is that right? You had a tendency or an orientation of the mind. Then my question is, what produces the attitude? Now, whenever you say it's a manner, it's a disposition, it's a feeling or position, that is based upon some teaching. You don't develop a manner, disposition, or feeling in a vacuum. There has to be something that produces the attitude, that produces the manner, the disposition, the feeling, or the position. Is that right? Yes. And usually, if you develop an attitude about a certain individual, I don't like him. I don't like her. Why? Well, I heard. What did you hear? Well, I'll tell you the truth. I heard that he sells dope. Or I heard that she is this or that. When you heard it, how did you relate to what you heard? Well, my friend is the one that told me, my cut buddy. So I believed what my friend told me. Therefore, since I heard a teaching or a word, grasped it, believed it, then the result of that was my manner and disposition, my feeling, and my position when I met that person. I was kind of cold. When I was introduced, I said, this is Sister So-and-so, this is Brother So-and-so. And I stood off. And I was kind of cold. So the person that was being introduced said, she's got an attitude. He's got an attitude. But the question that burdens the mind is, what produced it? I never met this person before. I don't know them. Why are they so cold toward me? The media has a vested interest in developing attitudes, shared attitudes, out of which will evolve a system of beliefs about any number of things. We do not realize how we are being manipulated daily, and we develop an attitude toward one product or another, toward one person or another, toward one movie or another, toward one people or another, toward one religion or another, but we never stop to think about what it is that is in control of our minds that makes us act in a certain manner, disposition, having a certain feeling or taking a certain position with regard to a thing or a person. So that tendency or orientation is not of the body, it is a tendency and an orientation of the mind. And if it is a tendency or orientation of the mind, that orientation starts with a word. In the beginning was the Word, And whatever word you or I accept as truth, then from that will develop a manner and a disposition, a feeling and position with regard to everything or person that teaching exposes or talks to us about.
Assalamu alaikum, family. I'd like to wish you all the best of peace, love, and happiness, and that you are blessed, uplifted, motivated, and enlightened in the sharing and viewing of this content. I'd like to also invite you over to the Closing the Gap pod class every Sunday, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, where we discuss the profound book, Closing the Gap, interviews of the heart, mind, and spirit of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the works of a God in our midst. I'd like to thank you for listening and sharing and subscribing to the content as we push forward in the works of freedom, justice, and equality. Brother Camille, we are Farrakhan.